Ottawa Civic Center as we continue on here in our first intermission. Proud to be joined right now by Kingston head coach Doug Gilmour. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me here.
Doug, it's been a crazy couple of weeks for you. They made the announcement on the 17th. You had your first game on the 19th. What's it been like so far for you?
Well, obviously coming into it, I was working with the Toronto Marlies and Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, so when they gave me the release, Larry Mavity called me, and I know they spoke to me in the summertime about this, and I have two boys that are back in Toronto with their mother, and so it was really tough for me to take off, and Mav called me kind of in desperation and had some choice words for me, and he gave me the opportunity to come here, and so it's been a great experience. Again, coming into it, I didn't know too many players in the league. I didn't know my own team for that matter, and now we right into the fire right away. It was 3-3 last week, and we ended up with 3 points out of the 6 points, and a lot of positive things. For how the record shows that we're, what our stats are, but from what I've seen so far, it's going to improve.
As you mentioned, you started the year with Toronto. Was coaching something you wanted to get into when you retired as a player?
I needed to break from the National Hockey League after 20 years and playing, and then I did the management side for 2 years and player development. So I was offered the job again, and at that point in time last year, I had an opportunity to go into the Spangler Cup and as an assistant coach, and it's more, I guess, inspiration from my side than sitting upstairs and not doing too much and not saying too much. So this is again, I think every player says the same thing. It's the closest you're ever going to get to playing again.
Your first game against the Belleville Bulls last Friday night, you have the lead towards the end. Belleville ties it up. Well, only a couple of seconds to go, so right away you're thrown right into the coaching fire, so to speak. You end up pulling out the win in overtime. What was that experience like for you, especially with some controversy towards the end of the game?
Well, again, that's I didn't know, again, the players at the right time, and certain situations they didn't know how to play, and my thought process at that time, obviously it was my mistake. I could have called a timeout, but they didn't have a timeout left. Their number one guys were out there for about a minute already, so they were tired. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately we made a mistake on the draw, and it ended up in the net with a second to go. So that was tough, but at the same time we got into overtime, pulled it out, and the guys had a lot of energy that night.
Going back to your hometown in Kingston, Don Cherry, another Kingston man, what advice has he given you towards coaching?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, with Grapes, he grew up with my mom and dad, and obviously a family friend, and the biggest thing that he said was make sure it's your team, and do it your way, and by no means I wasn't going there if I wasn't going to do it my way. So he's very upbeat, he's very positive about it, and his brother Dick is one of our one of our scouts, and so again, we've known each other a long time, and he's just his advice is always welcome in my eyes. So it's a learning curve, but I'm trying to get there as quick as I can.
Now you inherit a last place club. There's some pretty good talent on this Kingston squad. How can you guys turn it around? You've had only the one win in your 4 games so far.
Well, the biggest thing is a lot of practice time that we've had. I shouldn't say a lot, but the practice time that I've had with the team, it's defensively where we have breakdowns. Same as last night. I guess discipline was a big key. We took a 5-minute major, and throughout the game, I think we might have been shorthanded at least 12 minutes that game. So we got to stay to the box. But defensive zone coverage, they know what to do. It's just commit yourself and work at it, and that's what each and every night I'm going to push to them. That once you get the puck out, be creative as you want, but in our zone, follow the system.
Well, Doug, I wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for doing this.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Doug Gilmour, the head coach of the Kingston Frontenacs, as we move ahead here in our first intermission. Ed and Lee will have their thoughts in the first period. You're watching OHL Primetime right here on Rogers.
Forget together.